Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech and well, let's get straight to it. Now this is the media kit for the OnePlus 8T. This time the tagline is Ultra stops at nothing. Sliding out the box, I like how it opens up. We are greeted by this hello folder. It's got the reviewer's guide, one that has all the specs and the features. OnePlus have included a couple of cases here. I really like this one. Looks perfectly splendid, doesn't it? Okay, so this here is the retail box. Let's slice through the plastic wrap and open up the lid. The first thing we see once we open it up is the OnePlus 8T. So let's take the 8T out and get it out of its protective packaging. The camera array, that has changed. That's the first thing I noted. The aquamarine green, it looks nice. OnePlus is also offering a Luna silver option, by the way. Anyway, we then have this white insert. In it, we find the regular stickers and some information material. I like the color combination they've gone for. It's very OnePlus. Next, there's a Tpu case. OnePlus still includes this with their phones, and I find it to be a nice touch. Given all the glass backs, this kind of soft case does help show off the design while still adding to the grip. Rounding off the box contents, we have a USB Type-C to Type-C cable and the new 65-watt warp charger. And you know what? Let's start with this charger. OnePlus have always prioritized fast charging. So it was Dash Charge and then they changed the name to Warp Charge. We've got Warp Charge 30, now it's Warp Charge 65. Generally, all these fast charging technologies that OnePlus have used, they've had one common issue. When you use that charger to charge other phones, the charging speeds are abysmal. Actually, there are two issues. The second issue being when you use a different quick charger on your OnePlus phone to charge, again, the speeds are abysmal. Now, this is something OnePlus have addressed with the OnePlus 8T. So now, using this charger, Warp Charge 65, if you use it and charge other devices, it can charge as fast as 45 watts. Similarly, for the OnePlus 8T, if you do not have your Warp Charge 65 adapter with you, then you can still use a regular quick charger and get up to 27 watt charging speeds. 30 to 65 watts, that's more about bragging rights. But these kind of small tweaks, small changes that OnePlus has brought to the table, that shows they're paying attention to the customer. And while on the topic of paying attention, there's still no wireless charging, so I'm just putting it out there. The battery capacity, it's gone up to 4500 mAh, so a 200 mAh increase from its predecessor. Now, despite this, with Warp Charge 65, OnePlus says that you can go from 0 to 100 in just 37 minutes, and that's pretty nuts. Guys, by the way, if you do end up liking what you see in this video, please subscribe and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. I just had to throw that in there somewhere. So anyway, coming back, the OnePlus 8T is running on Oxygen OS 11, which is built on top of Android 11. So this is the latest OS. Not a lot of phones have been launching with this, but OnePlus have launched it. And as always, Oxygen OS here, it is very fast, it's very snappy. From a functionality perspective, there are certain new things that OnePlus have added. For example, there are new always on display options. Now this is called Insight AOD. This basically shows you how many times you're unlocking your phone. Every time you unlock it, you can see that counter. Guys, I can guarantee you'd be surprised by how many times you end up unlocking your phone. Make a guess, write down a number, guess how many times you're going to be unlocking your phone and then actually see this counter. I was very surprised. I'm pretty sure you'd be too. Anyway, the point of this is to basically guilt you into not unlocking your phone so much so that you get to spend more time with friends and family. And in the same line, this is basically around digital well-being, right? OnePlus has another digital well-being feature, that's the Zen Mode. That's now been improved. We've got Zen Mode 2.0. With this, you get multiple themes, which is bleh. But what I really liked is the group option. So basically, you can set up a group and you can have multiple people use Zen Mode at the same time. So for example, you could probably say, hey, 5 to 7 is family time. Put all your phones on Zen Mode. Of course, everybody in the family need to be using a OnePlus phone for that. But it is something that is doable and it's something weird, quirky, perfectly OnePlus. The voice recorder now converts text to speech. And while there are these new features, it's still the same old Oxygen OS in certain ways that we've come to love. It's so fast, it's very, very responsive. And of course, stockish, bloat-free and ad-free. The chip inside is also something we've come to know pretty well. This is the Snapdragon 865, the same chip from the 8 and the 8 Pro. So no 865 Plus here. It's paired with 8 or 12 gigs of LPDDR4X RAM and 128 or 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage. The next change for the 8T is with the optics. First off, the array to the back. It's more Samsung-ish now, a little rectangular. And the primary sensor, it's not changed. It's still Sony's IMX586, last year's flagship sensor, 48 megapixels, and it's paired with the f1.7 lens. Now, I don't know if this is a new lens because with the OnePlus 8, we had a f1.75 lens. So I'm not sure if they're just calling that as 1.7 or they have an entirely new lens here. But what I am sure is that the camera performance, it still remains very good. This is still an optically stabilized lens. Now the next camera, this is something new. It's the IMX481, a 16 megapixel ultra wide. The field of view is much wider now at 123 degrees. This is bringing OnePlus closer to Samsung levels, at least with ultra wide field of views. We then have this 5 megapixel macro, so that's up from the 2 megapixel sensor on the 8. And the fourth camera, that's the new one. It's there to seemingly make up numbers. This is a 2 megapixel monochrome and it's technically supposed to be helping with portraits like this. The autofocus is as fast as ever. We have support for 4K 60 FPS with stabilization, no 8K, but this time they've included a portrait video option. By the way, the selfie camera, no change. It's still that IMX471 sensor that OnePlus really loves. It's a 16 megapixel sensor paired with the f2 lens, and the selfies, given it's the same hardware, they share the same pros and cons as we've seen in the past. They're detailed, the colors are good, but it does have a tendency to blow out the background from time to time. The portraits are pretty cool as well. The glass back here is glossy, but OnePlus claims that with their flexible flowscape design, yes, that is what they're calling it. There's a bit of diffuse refraction. I mean, there's a lot of technobabble there, but long story short, what they're saying is it should be picking fewer fingerprints. And in my limited time with this phone, that seems to be the case. It doesn't pick up fingerprints. It doesn't seem to pick up fingerprints quite as easily as other phones with glass backs. If you do prefer a matte finish, you should probably go for the lunar silver option because that is still a matte finish. That said, no matter which variant you choose, I think you should get this case. This case, it looks really cool. I've never been so impressed by a case that a brand's launched in the past. But if you don't want the extra bulk, then hey, you can check out our channel sponsors Dbrand. Dbrand have a bunch of perfectly cut out skins for every major launch out there. They sell a variety of perfectly cut skins for a lot of popular phones, including, yep, that's right, the OnePlus 8T. There are multiple options to mix and match, and even customizable cases are available now if that's your thing. Anyway, I'll leave a link to Dbrand in the description below, so do check them out if you haven't yet. Coming back to placements, they are still quite familiar. We've got the power key and the alert slider to the right, secondary noise cancelling microphone up top, the volume rockers to the left, and to the bottom we've got that dual nano SIM tray, a USB Type-C port, and a speaker. This phone has stereo speakers, so the earpiece up top, that doubles as the second speaker, and the output was quite loud via these speakers. Now that we're here, let's also talk display. Now this is again an upgrade. It's still the same size panel, 6.55 inches. It's still Full HD+. It's still Fluid AMOLED. So what's changed? The refresh rate. It's gone up from 90 Hz to 120 Hz. We've already seen 120 Hz Fluid AMOLED panels. The 8 Pro had 120 Hz Quad HD+. This is 120 Hz Full HD+. So that puts it kind of on par with the Galaxy FE, the S20 FE. Talking about Samsung, just like with Samsung's One UI, OnePlus also seems to be targeting single-handed usage. Some interface design elements, they've been given a makeover. So what do we have here? The same innards as its predecessor, marginally improved battery capacity with a substantially faster charger, a higher refresh rate panel, some optical improvements. For a mid-cycle refresh, OnePlus seems to have made some interesting choices here. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna talk more about this phone after I've actually spent some more time testing it out. Now for now, let's just say I'm intrigued. Okay, the pricing, as of shooting this video, I don't know the official pricing, but if I were to hazard a guess, OnePlus generally don't hike their prices, or at least don't hike their prices a lot for the T upgrades. So given that the OnePlus 8 has currently dropped, to under 40,000 rupees. This might just come in at 42 or maybe 44,000 rupees. That's gonna be my guess. Anything higher, and I feel OnePlus is just pushing their luck too much. But hey, by the time you guys are watching this video, you will know the pricing. So let me know how the price is. Do you think OnePlus has been fair with the price, or do you think they've cranked it up a little too much? Have the prices gone north again? Okay, bad pun. Any which ways, that's it for the OnePlus 8T unboxing and quick hands-on. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. And I guess that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for your time. Until next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.